Bill. It's a great name. In fact, it's right up there with Bartholomew, Socrates, and Wang. Anyways, being that the last time I did a countdown was when I was trapped in a cartoon world, which is about a year ago now, I know, I thought it was high time that I return to the elusive, very seldom focused upon world of Cal's Countdowns. Yeah, that. Also, if there's a Bill that isn't on this list and you think it should have been, it's probably because I haven't heard of him. I mean, I have lots of games, but there's not lots of Bills in games. I was lucky to even think of the amount I have. So yeah, if you know of a Bill, keep it a secret. Why would you want to let me know? That's your own personal Bill, man. Just, Also, if the audio's a little weird, sorry. Using a new external microphone, something I haven't done before, so give me a little bit of time to figure it out if it's not already there. Anyways, yeah, let's do this! Cal's Countdowns! Easily the most well-known Bill kicks things off, as Bullet Bill from the Super Mario series is the first entry. There isn't really a lot to say about this guy though. I mean, he's just a huge bullet that's occasionally fired at Mario from time to time. He looks cool though, and his simple concept has been enough to keep him as a beloved enemy since the series' earliest days. Now sure, Bonsai Bills and Bombshell Bills are a thing, but their existence can be credited only to the original variant that won over the hearts of countless players. Yeah, Bullet Bill's at number 5 because there's really nothing to say about him. The Old West. It was a time of ruthlessness, brutality, and most of all, law-breaking. There's a fair number of games set in the Old West, and while most capture the spirit of adventure, very few encapsulate the gritty nature of what the era's worst had to offer. Then suddenly, God sent us his greatest blessing! Pizza! But then for no reason whatsoever, he quickly followed it up with Red Dead Redemption. If there was ever a game with more atmosphere, characters, and world building, I'd probably go Catatonic. And by this point, you can probably tell that I like this game. A lot. And it just so happens that this is our next stop, as Bill Williamson is our current point of interest. On the surface, he may seem like nothing more than a common thug with a bad attitude. But delving deeper, it becomes clear that he's much, much more than that. I'm not even joking, he all but kills John Marston during the first 5 minutes of gameplay, therefore setting off everything to come. He's vile and unforgiving, even to the point of burning down the McFarlane farm barn just because the family sheltered John. Bill is a true villain in every sense of the word, and it's all the more satisfying when he's served a hot, steaming plate of justice. Also, his name is technically William Williamson, and by association, Bill Billiamson. Man, slap his face on some cash and he's a
dollar bill, baby!
I love the finer things in life. Art, romance, and Nintendo. Nintendo 64 to be exact, since it's still one of my favorite consoles to this day. It might be that leftover bit of nostalgia I keep locked away for special occasions, but something about the N64 just leaves me feeling happy, even if the controller is meant to be operated with the help of your funny bits. So many memories, I mean, Super Mario 64, Mario Party 2, GoldenEye 64, Mario Kart 64, Super Smash Bros., Mario Party 2, again, Zelda! And one of my all-time favorites, Star Fox 64. This is gonna sound crazy, but do you guys ever think that maybe, just maybe, Nintendo used to name their games to correspond with the console gimmick? I think I'm onto something. Anyways, Star Fox 64 is a game that has a lot of memorable characters. There's Fox, Peppy, Falco, and even Slippy, but lest we not forget the others like Starwolf, Cat, and even the almighty Gronga himself, who was one of the Venomian army's best. If that's the best, I hate to see the worst. But the unforgettable figure that manages to stand above all is Bill Gray. You first come into contact with Bill during the invasion of Katina, and needless to say, he instantly becomes memorable due to his uncanny ability to sound like Ed from Good Burger. It also helps that the mission is pretty cool too. Oh no! I blew it again! Then you fast forward to the year of 2002 late, when Nintendo finally decided to squat out another Star Fox game. And Bill's here in all of his fan servicey glory. It's a shame the rest of the game couldn't be this good. I mean, what? Actually, thinking about it now, I don't know who the better Bill is in Star Fox 64. The hotshot pilot or the parchment General Pepper stamps at the end of the game? It's a little known fact, but I'm a sucker for first-person shooters, and no, I don't mean the ones like Call of Duty, Halo, or Battlefield, though those are arguably good depending on your point of view. I actually love classic FPS games in the vein of Doom, Duke Nukem, Serious Sam, and most of all, Wolfenstein. But this isn't a countdown regarding my favorite FPS games, this is a list about the greatest Bills to grace video games. And for number 2, I have just the guy. William James Blazkowicz, also known as BJ Blazkowicz, also known to the Nazis as the fabled boogeyman Terror Billy. Now I get it, his name is technically William, but Bill is short for William, and I really don't care, Terror Billy's on the list. While the first personification we saw of BJ was just a head with wandering eyes, he progressively evolved into a much more interesting character in later titles. Not only that, but he's now voiced by Brian Bloom, who you may remember as Cleaver in Jak 3. Anyways, Bill here's been given a pretty cool personality, being a fun-loving, sometimes insane Nazi slayer. And who can forget this moment from the old blood?
Aus Frankfurt. Sind Sie Frankfurter?
Ja, ein Hotdog.
Oh man, I wish I could write comedy that good. Today, we looked over the best Bills in video games, 4 to be exact. But this is a list of the 5 greatest Bills, and only the greatest can stand above the rest. So, who is the greatest Bill in video games? Haha, easy. Bill Trennan himself.
Bill!
Actually, no, it's Bill from Left 4 Dead. It seems like Valve has no problem introducing memorable characters, which is amazing since they don't even care about making legitimate games anymore. Alex Vance, Barney Calhoun, Dr. Kleiner, the entirety of the Team Fortress 2 classes, also everyone says I look like the Scout, so there's that, and last but not least, the cast of the Left 4 Dead duology. Now, while Zoe, Lewis, Francis, Coach, Nick, and Ellis are all great characters, none of them are named Bill. Now don't get me wrong, Bill isn't cool just because of his name, but because of the added fact that he's an old dude that kicks major zombie ass, and let's not forget that godlike laugh. I guess the main reason I chose to put Bill here is because, in the face of a zombie apocalypse, it's no big deal to him. The guy's lived through the horrors of war. A few brain-munching flea bags aren't enough to scare him. And let us not forget that he made the ultimate sacrifice, therefore ensuring the safety of his friends.
Also, I have his hat in Team Fortress 2.
Bill, Billy, Bimmy. This has been a list of the 5 greatest Bills in video game history. Mostly because I couldn't think of any more. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I know this was a bit of a random list, but I really wanted to get back into the countdown spectrum of things. I don't know when the next one will be. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later, but yeah. I hope you guys join me for when I do the top 5 dicks in gaming. It's another name one. Don't let it go to your head. I will say, though, there's gonna be some pretty big pricks on that list. Want to keep up with everything that I'm up to? You probably don't. But for those of you who do, head on over to twitter.com/ThatGuyCal show and click follow.